in this case, really what you want to do is, there's a lot of machine data that people can go after, but a lot of times it starts with just, getting that simple, easily attainable data to help your machine process. So, if you leverage it well, it can definitely be used to help reduce, unnecessary maintenance procedures, and really start to look at, using the usage of the machine to drive your maintenance PMs. So in this case, what we're going to talk about is maintenance meters. So using things like part counts, uptime, maybe cycles of the machine to drive your maintenance procedures. And really, when you think about it, it's no different than our cars. I'm sure all of us, who at least who still have combustion cars, will take it for an oil change, but none of us take it because it's been 6 months. We all take it based off that little sticker that says it's 5,000 miles or kilometers, and now I've got to go take it in. So the maintenance meter is no different. But if you think about it, a lot of times, machines can be down for anywhere from 30 to 50% of the time. So to conduct a time-based maintenance procedure when you could use a machine-based metric is really potentially wasting resources, potentially parts, and really avoiding unnecessary downtime when it's not needed. So ideally, once you have these meters set up, what you want to have happen is that they're going to create work orders automatically that get assigned to your maintenance technicians and part of their schedule. So, whether you need to get approvals for parts consumption or whatever, but that process can happen digitally. And so whether the approval becomes a requirement or it just becomes scheduled as part of a maintenance event in your schedule, then that can be decided upon, your setup of the system. But it's once the data is there and it can be digitally created, that automatic integration will happen and create your work orders for you. So I'm just going to show you an example of that. Bear with me as I jump around to these things. So I'm going to look at preventative maintenance codes. I'm just going to search one up that I created. So you can see here, you've got one created. You can create as many as you want. And there's going to be a preventive maintenance work order type. There could be other different work order types that you can set up. You're going to look at your interval type. So whether it's a unit, so hours, time, or whether it's condition based, what is the interval value? So this is basically set to 200. After the next 200 hours of runtime, then I'm going to set up my next PM. It does have a tolerance level so that once I get to 80% of that target, that's when I'm going to create the work order and basically get it to the technician. So this information can be set up and obviously connected to your machine data, so that really when you go to your work order list, you're going to see your work order, your preventative maintenance work order waiting there for you, and now it's basically saying started. And the reason why it's saying started is because your meter now has reached its target level. So it's basically got within 80% of your 200-hour target. So it's basically saying 34 hours till that 200 target's reached. So pretty much now between that, next 34 hours, you should do this preventative maintenance. So this now has been triggered, and when you go to your open task list as a maintenance tech, there's my work order there to be completed. So now I can start that and I can conduct my PM. It's also available for us to see in a scheduler type view. So you can see here, I've got my PM here that's been kind of scheduled out based off the trend in my hours, but obviously it's only Tuesday, so I could start this now, or I could wait till Thursday to actually conduct the PM. But it is there sitting in as an open work order item for my maintenance staff to then take on and deal with. So you can now see how you can start to leverage simple machine data to really start to drive your maintenance procedures and get to a more at least efficient and predictive maintenance approach versus just reacting and hopefully adhering to your PM schedule. But in this case, it just helps drive the process a little bit more tightly so that you can really be more efficient with it.